Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that little bit of a break. Again, for those of you just tuning in, this is going to be Game 3. I'm Moltrap, and this next game is actually going to be on Sin Chapungryong. And we're going to get started in just a minute here. We've seen a couple really good games so far. I guess, just in case people are just now tuning in, I won't spoil them since we are going to have VODs up later, but I will say that they have been very, very exciting games. A couple of PvZs that were very, very fun to watch. Yeah, so we're going to get started here in just a minute. All right, and away we go. Now my my roommate is having a big Easter thing right now, and so all of her family just showed up. So I'm probably not going to be yelling quite as loud at my computer here, but anyway, should be fun nonetheless. I'll try and if I have to get excited, I'll be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'll do whisper commentary. Anyway, this is going to be Tarson versus Mana. Tarson versus Mana. Should be very, very fun, and Tarson actually using his ASL account here to play his game here, and they're both doing a little bit of trash talking here to each other. Tarson is the Terran, the red Terran in the top right hand corner, and Mana is the yellow Protoss in the bottom left hand corner. Both of these are Polish players, actually. This is kind of the battle of the Poles. Apparently they're both at 500 APM right now, I'm being told, due to their early game spamming. Anyway, battle of the Poles. Both of these are Polish players, and kind of, you know, I guess when I think of Poles, I was thinking like what kind of comparison could I make? I'd say, oh yeah, North Pole versus South Pole. But that doesn't make a sense. But basically, it's kind of like old school versus new school Poles, if that makes sense. Tarson is a very, very old school player. They're both speaking in Polish now, and I have no idea what they're saying, unfortunately. Yeah, Tarson is a very, very old school player. He's very well known. Ooh, and Mana steals his gas. Mana steals his gas. So I guess these guys are kind of maybe they know each other. They're both very well known in the Polish scene more than the general foreign scene. But I'm sure they've played each other before here. And is the SCV gonna go down? One more hit left. Oh, the SCV goes down, but the probe is caught. 7 hit points left on the probe. Running around, he's gonna mine some minerals here, and the probe goes down as well. So that assimilator is going to be the only way that this is a silly game so far. That man is going to know what's going on inside of his base. He's getting his own gas down now, but I'm kind of a little surprised. Sometimes they'll do a gas deal and they'll do a cheese at the same time, but he doesn't seem to be cheesing with the gas deal or sending out early zealots or anything like that. He's just going for a seemingly normal build off of one gate at the moment. But anyway, yeah, both these players are Polish players, and Tarson's, he's kind of old school. I've been told he does pretty good on ladders, but not necessarily in tournaments. But he's just kind of generally very old school, well known, and he kind of comes and goes. A lot of the old school players, they'll play really well, and then they'll kind of drop off the face of the planet and quit playing, and then they'll play really well and then they'll quit playing. And is the SCV going to be able to get up that ramp? Mana has his zealot in a nice place there, not letting the fat SCV get up the little ramp there. So well done on his part. So neither player not really knowing what's going on in each other's bases at the moment. Tarson's recovered from that gas deal, and he's mining gas right now. Probably going to get his factory down in just a moment. Yeah, there we go. There it is. In any case, yeah, Mana, on the other hand, he's kind of a very new player. I've heard him been called up and coming. He's kind of an up and coming player. He supposedly, from what I've been told, he does very, very well. He's a really good player, but sometimes he can get a little bit nervous. He's kind of a younger player. I don't know exactly how old he is, but I've been told he's kind of a younger player, and so sometimes he does get nervous, and that tends to affect him in tournament play. So while he can do good in ladders and that kind of thing, and he's generally respected as being a very good player, sometimes he is, he can get nervous and lose games like that. Oh, is that? Oh, Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Mana making a face and Tarson saying, good work. I can only imagine that's what GWQ means. Anyway, the probe hunting down that scouting SCV relentlessly, running like, you know, running into the face of enemy fire. He saw those Marines there, and he still charged in and tried to get that last hit on the SCV. Managed to kill it off. So another SCV is running around trying to see if he can get a scout in at the same time. But still, both players pretty much playing in the dark. We are seeing a factory and a command center here for Tarson. And Mana is just going for... he's got a shuttle coming out, so we're probably going to see him... well, we'll see if he decides to make reverse. He could... At this point, well, he doesn't really know what to expect. Actually, he hasn't even been near the front door there. He's seen a lot of Marines, so he probably knows it's not a 2-factory build. He probably would have been making more vultures and such if it was a 2-factory build. So you could probably pretty much expect that. But he still doesn't know exactly what's going on. Uh-oh, Tarson has an SCV in the bottom right here, scouting for anything that's coming around the back, but also scouting for. I think he's got it there so he can try to sneak it in if Mana decides to move out, or if he decides to put down an expansion, he can spot it as well. Again, trying to get on that base, and Mana doing a really good job of hiding what he's doing. He's even got his Dragoons back from his ramp, so Tarson has no idea what's going on in space, none at all, because he didn't even get hit by Dragoons from the top of the ramp there, so he has really no clue what's going on. And what he is in fact doing is going for quick reavers. And it looks as if, wow, actually, no mines. He's just going for a siege expand, actually. I thought Tarson was going to get mines and go for, you know, kind of an FD push with all those Marines, but I guess I should have realized when he stopped producing Marines, and his factory was a little bit late, so I guess this does make a little bit more sense, actually, to go for that FD, go for a siege expand instead. So he's going to be ahead economically at this point, if Mana doesn't do any damage with this Reaver. Tarson does have a couple turrets around, but I don't know if it's quite going to be enough. And he's only got a couple siege tanks. They're at his front. They're going to be able to protect his expansion a little bit, but there's still a lot of gaps in his defenses. A lot of gaps in his